Greetings comic book fans and welcome to Dude's Comic Haul. I'm Jason and this is my weekly haul video where I share with you the new comics I picked up this week on officially the best day of the week, New Comic Books Day. A massive haul this week, 21 books, another big week. I seem to these days, it's like regular as clockwork. Every month, 1 week a month, I have like a really big haul. Over the next few months, you'll see my hauls get smaller. But even as they get smaller, there'll still be like 1 week a month where there'll be like 20 books. But anyway, let's get into this comic book goodness that I've got to gorge on this week. First up, we have a new book that I've added to my pull list. It's Uncanny Avengers by Rick Remender and Daniel Acuna. I love Acuna's art because he not only draws it, but he colours it and he inks it as well. So it has a very unique way that it looks and I really like it. Remender is just crazy and I love his writing. And I kind of initially, I didn't go for this because I didn't like the team. Well, the characters on the team, I should say. There were some characters I like, you know, I've always found Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver interesting. I like Vision, he's one of my favourite characters. And I like Captain America, but I just didn't feel Rogue and Sabretooth were Avengers, and I didn't really know that much about Dr. Voodoo, so it didn't really get me going. But then after seeing Avengers, I was just hungry to dive into anything Avengers, so I've read the 3 back issues of this, so this is now on my pull list, so hopefully this is going to keep being good, because it's going to give us a new origin for Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, as they're no longer mutants, they're no longer the children of Magneto. So now we're getting this new origin involving the High Evolutionary, and so yeah, that's what it is. I'm surprised. I thought they would have maybe made them Inhumans or something, that they just never knew, that maybe at some age they would like exposed to the mists and that's how they got their powers and they just never knew. But maybe that would have been too much, I don't know, but it looks like it's something to do with the High Evolutionary to their origin, so we'll find out more this issue. And this is one of the books I'm most looking forward to this week. It is for issue number 8, and this issue we find out at last who our Goddess of Thunder is, and I am very excited to find out. Last issue they kind of really made it look like it was going to be that S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Roz. Is it going to be her, or was that a major red herring to kind of drive you away from who it really is? I think it is somebody regular, because the way that they talk sometimes in their inner monologue is a very kind of modern way of speaking, so I don't think they're an Asgardian, because they would have that talk all the time, where they only have it when they talk as 4, but when they're in a monologue is very kind of, you know, regular kind of modern English. So I think it's a regular character, so I'm really excited to find out. This would probably be the second book I read this week. We then have Star Wars Darth Vader issue 5, really loving this book. You know, the Star Wars books Marvel have put out have been a lot of fun, and this one especially, I've really been enjoying seeing what our Dark Lord of the Sith's been up to. We then have Silk issue number 4. Last issue Spider-Man brought in the Fantastic Four to kind of try and help Silk, so it looked like this issue we have a bit of romance with Johnny Storm. This is the first book I'm going to be reading this week. It is Secret Wars issue 2. Love that cover with all the different fours on it. That is just awesome. I really enjoyed the first issue with this. It was brilliant, so I'm super excited to see what's going to happen next. It's still got Esad Ribic on art, which is going to be brilliant. Love this, it's brilliant. I'm hoping the event's going to, because I'm so hungry for an event to be good. You know, I don't like sitting here moaning about, oh, the events, they're not very good. I want to be wowed, and hopefully if that can keep up the momentum of the first issue, it is going to be a damn good event. We then have Miss Marvel issue number 15. Last issue kind of took a bit of a sinister turn, and the boy she had a crush on wasn't as good as she thought, so I'm really interested to see where this is going to go next. But definitely looks like it's linking up with the main Inhuman book. We then have Magneto issue number 18, which is the start of The Last Days. I've enjoyed this series. I preferred it early in the run when we had Magneto as this kind of mutant avenger, as he's going around kind of anybody that's kind of hurt mutants, he's kind of sticking up for the mutants and taking these people out, these threats to mutant kind, taking them out. I really enjoyed that, and I think since we've got away from that, while I've still enjoyed the book and there've been some very good issues and Cullen Bunn's done a great job with the character, I don't think it's been as higher as it was at the beginning, but I'm still enjoying it. This, I don't know if this is finishing though, because like they're doing the whole last days, but I don't know if that's just going to see us through, and then when we get finished with the last days, it'll be time to kind of relaunch everything. So I don't know what's happening with that, if it is actually going to finish. Next up, another book, Saga, issue number 28. Love this, always love Saga. Whenever I read this, I go into what I call my Saga bubble. It's like the rest of the world just disappears, and I'm like in my Saga bubble, just enjoying the book, and until I get to the last page, nothing else exists, nothing else is going on. So yeah, really love this. Usually I try and get through 4 books a night, and tonight, like I've said, Secret Wars is going to be a first book, then 4, and probably Saga is going to be my 3rd book to read tonight, because I always enjoy Saga. We then have Chrononauts issue number 3 with a bit of a risque cover there. I've really been enjoying this book. I was a bit of a twit. One of the people in my comic shop, she recommended this at issue 1, and I kind of, I had a big week that week, so I kind of didn't go with it, and I was a fool. I should have, because I ended up going to it later on, and it's been really good. I've really enjoyed this, and looking forward to see, because last issue it looked like it took a really unexpected turn that I didn't expect the story to go in that direction, but it was brilliant how it did go in that direction, and it was really refreshing and fun. But then at the end, it kind of looked like the life they were living was beginning to come down on them. So I'm really looking forward to see what happens next. Speaking of brilliant books, we have Black Science issue number 14, which I just absolutely, again, that's a brilliant cover. Really like that cover. This book has just been brilliant. It just gets better, you know, and I really enjoyed this. This is definitely, if you've not been reading this and you like your sci-fi, or you just really like really crazily good books, I definitely recommend picking this up in trade and working your way through it, because it has been brilliant. Another brilliant book, we have Birthright issue number 7, which this book, every issue I'm just like, I'm tenterhooks, because you know, when Mikey finds out his brother knows the truth, it's going to be bad, and you kind of like, what is going to happen? And I'm really interested as well, finding out more about Mikey and what actually happened to him in this other world, in this other realm, and what changed him, and what events led him to be corrupted in the way he has. So yeah, really great book. I really enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun. I say fun, but you're kind of like on eggshells, because you know at some point something bad's going to come down. Now getting on to DC and our Convergence book, we have Green Arrow, Convergence issue 2, which I just enjoyed seeing the old school Green Arrow, so even if the story's not that great, I still enjoyed seeing that version of Green Arrow. We then have Superman Man of Steel, which I remember was one of the better books from the first wave. Again, another really good cover. Justice League International, then the first issue of this was a really good cover, and this is the second issue. I think it's the Kingdom Come characters, I think, but I could be wrong. I think that's supposed to be Wonder Woman. Then you've got Shazam, and I'm not sure who that character is. Is it Jade? Something to do with the Green Lanterns, because she's shining. And then I think that's supposed to be Blue Beetle, I think, or it could be Hawkman. No, Blue Beetle, I think. But yeah, and then you've got the reflection in Wonder Woman's shield. We've got Red Tornado and Fire. So yeah, I enjoyed the first issue of this. I liked the makeup of this team. It was different. And I wouldn't, it's like that. This is the thing with some of these books. I think the main book hasn't been that good, but some of these tie-ins, it's been really interesting to see these older versions of the characters that I've never seen before, and a lot of them I wouldn't mind seeing as ongoings, because they seem really interesting. Another one that was really good first time around, it's Green Lantern Parallax issue 2. Issue 1 was really good. So like I say, I'm looking forward to that. We then got Aquaman issue 2, which again was another interesting one, so yeah. And then we got the main Convergence book issue up to issue 6, so only 2 issues left. Last issue got a bit crazy. It hasn't set me alight, and the thing that I think for me is hurting it, apart from it just not being very good, I think the thing that's hurting it for me is that, like, there's no new 52 in there, and because there's no new 52, it's kind of like, well, what are the consequences going to be for our regular books? So we're just going to have this 2-month story that's not very good, and then you get to the end of it and there's like nothing that comes out of it. I hope that I'm wrong, because like if the Earth 2 characters are going to end up in the regular DC universe, that would mean something was going to happen, but we will see. But yeah, I'm hoping it gets better. We then have RoboCop, which issue 11, which I was shocked to learn is going to finish. I think issue 12 is the last issue. I didn't realise it was going to finish. I don't know if it's not been selling well, or if it was always meant to be 12 issues, but it's a shame. I'm going to miss it because I've enjoyed RoboCop. We then have Imperium issue 4, which I'm enjoying this. Arada is just a totally despicable character that you can't really root for, but it's the surrounding characters surrounding him and how he, you know, he's so vile to people. You kind of think at some point somebody's got to do him in, and it's going to be like, who killed Arada? But yeah, I've enjoyed the series thus far, and I think it's setting up some very interesting characters and some very interesting things. We then have Unity, issue number 18. The last 3 issues have kind of been stories focusing on the different characters. Like we had 1 issue on Ninjak, 1 issue on Eternal Warrior, and last issue was Livewire, which was really good because I don't really know much about that character. So this issue, I think we're going to get to see the mission they went on that caused them, that they all had to go away and recover off. Because originally I thought it was the battle with United, but apparently not. This issue's going to give that fight, but I do like that cover. Nice Unity cover there. And finally, we got to the end of my books. It is X-O Manowar, issue number 36, which features part 3 of Dead Hand, and I've really enjoyed this Dead Hand story. X-O Manowar is just a great character, so I'm looking forward to that. In the post, if I didn't have enough comics to read, I had my next 2 in the Marvel Ultimate Graphic Novel Collection arrive. So we've got issue 88, which is the Mighty Thor Ragnarok, which I'm looking forward to that, 'cause that's the name of the next Thor movie. I don't know if they're going to use anything out of here in that, but it's going to be interesting to read it. And then we've got the Avengers, the Korvac saga, which I'm looking forward to again, because this has been one of those stories that I've always wanted to read, but never kind of got round to buying, so I'm glad that it was part of the collection. Now, in a bit of an amazing news, I actually finished A Game of Thrones. The book, I finished it. It only took me like 6 months, you know, not long. So yeah, so that is finished. So today I kicked off, I started A Clash of Kings, the 2nd book. Let's see if I can beat my record and get through this in less than 6 months. I'm on at the moment, and I'm on issue number 10. I mean page number 10 there. I don't know if you can see that. Yep. I've got a lot of reading to do between my comics and my book. It's going to keep me out of mischief for a while. So that's everything I've got to share with you today. I will be back on Tuesday with a review video. I say Tuesday, the reason it's that long is that's my next day off. I had a day off. I was off Sunday, was my last day off, and my next day off is next week's Tuesday. So yeah, I'll be off on Tuesday, so that's the day I'm going to do my review video, and I'll be uploading it at some point on that day. However, if you kind of want your Jason fix, and you want to hear what I think about the books as I read them, I've set up a new Tumblr, a blog on Tumblr. If you go to my YouTube page, there's a link on the YouTube page. You'll see a little picture of Jabba the Hutt. Click on Jabba and it will take you to my Tumblr. I'm just going to review the books. as I've read them, kind of probably the day after I've read them, I'll kind of put up reviews. Just be a short review, my general feelings on the book. I haven't kind of totally fixed in my head yet how I'm going to format it, but there'll be a review up every day. Every day I'll try and do a few reviews up there of what I think of the books that I've read. Because the reason I picked Tumblr is it's so easy to do, because I can just get a picture, even if I'm at work on my phone, you know, on my way to work, I can type it and like kind of upload it onto my blog really quickly, so it's really easy to do. So that's the reason I've chosen to do a comic book blog on Tumblr. And I'll still, in my video, that will be the first time I'll do my pick of the week. I won't do my pick of the week till obviously I've read all my books. That's where I'm thinking maybe I won't rate the books as 5 stars kind of deal. I might, for the review purposes, just give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, if you want your Jason fix and you want to see, try out my Tumblr, if you would like to. The option is there, or you can just wait till next Tuesday and watch my review video. So yeah, that is everything. I'm gonna go now, get a nice cold beverage and some ice cream, and I'm gonna read some comics. I hope you've all had a great new comic book day. I've been Jason. This has been my comic haul video. Bye for now.